the biggest game in club football happens this weekend. The UEFA Champions League final. The best sides, Inter Milan and PSG, will get to face each other. It's difficult to call. And why it's that difficult is because both teams deservedly are in the final, especially on the back of what they are done in the knockout stage, not even the group phase, because the group phase, PSG were piss poor. Very, very poor. Inter Milan, neither here nor there. Yeah, they had some good, but the knockout stage, I don't know what Luis Enrique did to his team. They've maximized and optimized their proficiency, efficiency. That team doesn't have a recognized striker. And then Inter, a very experienced side. Simone Inzaghi knows what he wants to do. It's a 3-5-2 formation. Just make sure that Lautaro Martinez and Thuram are fit up top. Yeah, those guys will start.
I think the only thing, if you are going for play, position, and everything, the only thing you can say is probably Inter will edge them a bit based on their central defense, because it's hard to separate the fullbacks. Hakimi versus Dumfries, DiMarco and Mendes. It's hard to separate them. Go to the midfield. How do you separate Çalhanoğlu, Barella, and Mkhitaryan? How do you separate them from Vitinha, João Neves, and Fabian Ruiz? How do you separate the front three of PSG from Martinez and Thuram? It is difficult to make any separation. The goalkeepers have had a great season. Yeah. So the only thing is you may, and it's even a may, or based on preference, just pick Inter Milan a little bit okay, because they are Italian, defense, rugged, and Dorele just puts them a bit ahead of them.
Pacho have been.
Inter Milan are a very defensive side, and their attack can go among the best attack in world football. Talk about trauma. And like you rightly mentioned, PSG in December were terrible. They came up in the turn of the new year, and boom, it became a new PSG. Finally, it's probably one of the most difficult games to predict. Yeah, I think Inter probably may edge based on their defense and all, how they've defended all through the tournament. In fact, they've conceded more in quarter and semi-final, more than double they did from the group stage all through to round of 16. And PSG, you won't see the ball coming. So I'd love to see how they can. And Inter Milan showed that we can score goals, especially what they did against Barcelona, 7 goals. It's not everybody that can score against Inter Milan. We know how crazy Inter Milan, Barcelona attack on offense can be, but they still did well to outscore them. It's going to be one of the most difficult finals. Like you rightly said, 4-3-3 versus 3-5-2. No matter who plays, no matter who is injured, none of them are changing anything.
Yeah,
and the difference is Inter Milan have replacements for everybody in each position. If you remove Lautaro Martinez and Marcus Thuram, there's Taremi on the bench. There's Anatovic on the bench. There's Korea on the bench for them. Moving on to PSG, if you remove Doe, remove Kvaratskhelia, remove Dembele, there's Bakola on the bench. I think there's one more player, Gonzalo Ramos as well on the bench. So these are guys, and based on what we heard, there's no injury problem at least as of now.